Yeah. All right. We are live on YouTube. How's everyone doing today? How you doing tonight? How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode number 1210. That's right. Episode number 1210 of Navigating the Modern World with Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition, live today from Red Morton Park. This is day 41 of the GNA Positivity Challenge. And today, the topic is in life, you don't have to respond to everything. One more time. In life, you don't have to respond to everything. And because we live in the day and age of the digital world and social media and mobile devices like smartphones and tablets, and these smartphones are literally attached to our hips. I mean, I'm actually broadcasting live because of the smartphone. I mean, it does have a good purpose, and it's great to have it, right? But the smartphone, if you allow it to suck you in to drama, it'll suck you into drama because of the social media platforms, right? Now, this topic here today works both online and offline, but most of us, even when we're offline in the real world, we're still connected to the digital world, and we really care about what people say about us on the internet, right? We care more about what people that don't know who we really are in the real world say about us on the internet, right? When we really shouldn't, right? Now, there's a time and a place to respond and defend yourself. And there's a time and a place where you don't have to respond to everything. You don't. You absolutely don't have to respond to everything. I'm surprised my lady's not here yet. I'm sure she will get the notification soon, and she'll be around. Maybe she's on a phone call. I'm hearing the fire truck. You know, I got to tell you, folks, I've had a fantastic day today, and hopefully you've had a wonderful day as well. And I hope wherever that fire truck is going, I hope everyone's okay. Hey, babe, how are you doing? I was wondering where you were at. You're usually refreshing the page, waiting for the show to go live. It's okay, babe. You're here now. Respectfully. Oh, the fire truck is going down the side street. Man, it's cold. 51 degrees was the temperature when I stepped out of my car. That's what the outside temperature gauge said in my car. Gosh. Anyway, so it's been a wonderful day today, and I got a lot accomplished, and so did Dawn. Dawn got her nails done today. She's looking fantastic and ready for the rest of the holiday season. She's also ready for my birthday in 2 days. In 2 days is my birthday, and I don't know. I'm thinking maybe Dawn and I could possibly do a on the couch with Dawn and Eli special. We'll do something for my 52nd birthday in 2 days, this Wednesday. But you know, when you get to my age, you know, a birthday is nothing really special anymore to me, right? Now to you folks, you know, I respect your birthdays and it's your special day. But when it comes to me personally, I'm just happy to be alive. I'm happy to have good family and good friends. I'm happy to be in good health, right? And, you know, that's what matters to me, right? I don't necessarily need a special day to I've always been the kind of person where I've always been a big giver, more of a giver than a taker in all aspects of the word. So it's not that I don't value my birthday or value. I love the person that I am. I'm happy with who I am. But I feel I've had enough experience and enough celebrations for myself in life to the point of where I just want to help other people celebrate their lives, their birthdays, and all that. That includes my lady. I want to make sure that, for the rest of her life and, within our relationship and eventually when we get married, I just want to make sure that, hey, I celebrate those big days for her and other people. For me, it is what it is. It's not a big deal to me. And that's just who I am by nature. Not everybody's like that. I don't expect everyone to be like that. It's kind of unusual to be like that. It's not a bad thing, but it's just unusual to be like that, and that's just me. I sometimes feel like I was put on this planet to try to help and save and rescue as many good people as possible. That's always been my nature. I've always cared about everyone. Has everyone always cared about me? No. The many people that I've tried to help and could have helped have basically shot me in the foot. And that's okay. That's okay. Things happen, right? Things happen. Everyone is different, right? And again, with social media nowadays, people are behaving in very unusual ways purposefully because it creates the conflict, the controversy, and it creates the outrage that people drop everything to tune into, right? And some people live for the outrage. I'm going to wait for people to pass on by. Some people, play into the outrage, even though they really don't want to be a part of the outrage because it's one of the only ways that they can get attention or be validated or make money on the internet, right? But again, I've learned in life that I don't need to respond to everything. I don't need to always explain myself. There's a time and a place for that, and I've learned and gotten better to know when to talk and when not to talk, right? So, and I'll say this. There are people on the internet that are going to antagonize you, right? When people, when sometimes people say things about you that aren't true and that affects your reputation, there's nothing wrong with correcting the record and standing up for yourself. But then when those people continue to talk about you and then they try to incite you to respond, you know, over the same nonsense that they've been putting out. It's not worth the response. It's not worth the response. It's just not, right? There's a time to talk and a time to just keep your mouth shut or say nothing at all, right? And let me tell you, it's not easy. It's not easy to restrain yourself and not get sucked into drama when people are talking about you, especially on the internet, because they're saying things that aren't true, and it affects your reputation, and you want to defend yourself and your honor and your family's honor and your girlfriends or wives or husbands or boyfriend's honor. You want to defend the honor of people that people on a public platform are talking nonsense about. And granted, yeah, you got to do it at times, but you don't have to do it all the time. It's not necessary. It's not necessary to always have to constantly correct the record. You do it once, and the same exact nonsense is spun about you over and over and over and over again. You can ignore that. Now, if something new pops up and you feel it would affect your reputation publicly if you didn't defend it, or if you don't defend it, then that's a different story. Then you can do that. No problem. And same thing in the real world, There's drama everywhere, including within families and friendship groups and all of that. Drama is everywhere. The thing is, you don't have to contribute to it, right? And sometimes people like me want to get involved when I see family drama and stuff like that, because I just want to end the drama and just say, hey, come on, you're a grown-ass 45-year-old, 46-year-old man. Can you stop this, Can you cut it out, I see those guys were looking at me, and they saw that I saw them. So they didn't pull anything. Sometimes the kids on the bikes, they see a camera, right? They know you're either recording the video or you're live. They assume you're live, and they're right. Typically it's a live thing, right? But I saw them and I looked at them, and they just kept on going. I guess my presence is starting to make a difference. Or they've tried it before. Because, I've had people try to make an appearance on the show here. I got some people coming. I'm going to wait for them to pass. Tia, how you doing, Tia? Hi, guys. Hey, guys, Don and Eli. Tia, thank you so much for being on the in-studio stream earlier today. That stream has been moved over to Rumble. The link to the stream is on the wall here on GNA 2, Genuine Live Personal Development. So check it out, especially if you've been a part of my community, our community here at the GNA for a while. And it's amazing, because I've figured out the max amount of bandwidth I can upload or I can stream at on Rumble. And Rumble is pretty high quality. It's pretty much similar quality to YouTube. Rumble is a really good backup platform. The interesting thing about Rumble is they've actually stepped their enforcement because they got sued recently, and now they really enforce their copyright and their harassment policies, and I really appreciate that. No, Rumble is not a bad... I've got somebody pulling into this driveway here. Rumble is not a bad platform. And they've gotten better. They've gotten a lot better. With snowflakes being put on Wednesday. Tia says you're welcome. Absolutely. Did you enjoy the stream earlier, Tia? Yeah, the last time I did an in-studio stream live on any channel, let alone the live channel GNA2, Genuine Live Personal Development, it was back in, I think, June or July. It's been about 5 months or so. So everything actually worked without a hitch. That's the first time I've done a live stream using Windows 11 since I upgraded to it when Windows 10 support finally ended a few months ago. But yeah, check out the stream on Rumble. And you can leave a comment on Rumble, or you can even leave a comment on the community wall here on GNA2 underneath where I shared the link. And let what you think. And I just want you folks to know that we're in a really good place here at the GNA, despite what a few others may be leading you to believe. We're in a really good place here. And we look forward to a bright future. And we want to help you better your bright future ahead. In 2026, we're going to take off like a rocket. And the podcast that Don and I do, Don and Eli Take on the World podcast, we're going to start to have more guests come on. You know, I've done podcasting for a long time. Even before I came on YouTube, I was doing podcasting. And I interviewed throughout my GNA network when we were doing it in person. When we were running in-person networking events over 10 years ago. I created, I think it was like 130 or 140 podcasts, 150 podcasts in a 3-year period. And I interviewed a lot of different people. Really, really enjoyed it, and, really learned a lot about, audio and video. I already pretty much knew a lot about it, but, the digital world was just coming into play back then. And YouTube was just starting to come on the scene. And YouTube and other video and podcast hosting companies weren't as advanced as they are today. So, it was a great learning experience, and that brings us to where we're at today. We've got more activity. We've got a lot of activity in the background. Let me see here real quick. Yep. By the way, Joe, it's great to see you here tonight. Thank you for doing your rounds. Thank you for walking with porpoise. Right? Thank you for your supposed freedom of speech, right? Thank you for being out of time and out of this world, right? I mean, here's the thing. We can both play the game, Joe. We can both play the game, right? The difference is I'm in a good place mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. And unfortunately, Joe, you're stuck in a rut. And I would love to actually help you and many others, Joe, but you simply aren't open to it. It's okay. It's okay. But I'll tell you this, Joe, thank you for choosing to watch our stream while we're live. I do appreciate that, Joe. But yeah, lots of great things are coming to the GNA, and we're getting everything in order. Don and I are working on getting everything in order before the new year. Give me a second, I'm going to come up this way. Don and I are working hard to get things completely in order before the new year. And by the way, Tia and ODN, this is going to be, I believe, our second to last episode of the year. Next week, Don and I would love to have you, Tia, and ODN join us for a year-end review on our podcast, if you're open to it. We would invite Sandra as well, but she is recovering from a sickness, and we want to give her time to rest and recover without overwhelming her. Sandra, maybe you're listening, maybe you're not. I hope you realize that the stream from this morning is on Rumble. I'm sure you'll message me behind the scenes, but I'm going to cut across this way today. Oh, look what's back. Look what's back. But they turned it off. Turn on the fancy lights. Hey Angels, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Great to see you here. You got a double dip today, huh? Happy holidays, everyone. Hey, everyone. Sandra, hey Eli, I'm here. Hey Sandra, sounds great, Eli. And Sandra, you're more than welcome to join us on that too, but I know you're recovering right now, and I don't want to overwhelm you. I'm only going to mention it to you here. If you decide that you want to join us, you can let us know by next Saturday night. It's on Rumble, Sandra. Sandra, if you, unfortunately, and I don't have Rumble Premium, so you might get a few commercials there. I'm not monetized there, so even though it says my videos are monetized, I don't have a monetized account set up on Rumble. Maybe I should set one up. But yeah, if you go to the community wall here on GNA 2, Sandra, I think that stream will make you proud. It's one of the high quality in studio streams. It's kind of like the one. Remember the one when I got served that stocking case? Similar to that, but it was a little bit longer. It's about an hour and a half. So I'll message you regarding the year wrap up. Yeah, no rush and no worries, Sandra. I know more than likely you're not going to be able to do it because I know you're recovering right now. But yeah, I mean, if you want to do it, let us know by Saturday night, and we'll coordinate the time. So Hey, Tia, Dawn, Angel, and everyone, says Sandra. We're not going to say where we're going tonight, but Dawn and I are trying somewhere new that's been around for a little while here in the area. We don't say where we're going because we don't want trolls calling to cancel our order. One more lap. I cut across a different way to avoid that area with the dog and all that, just so I'm not distracted today. I don't know, maybe that'll be my new route. Who knows? Hey, Miss Thang. I'll check it out on Rumble. Oh yeah. Yeah, you'll be surprised, Sandra. Rumble is still really good quality as long as you know what their limits are and you upload and you can stream there at the highest quality. So I have this plugin on OBS that allows me to multi-stream for free anywhere. I just have to have enough processor power and graphics card power and all that, and I have all that, and then I have fiber, so there's enough bandwidth. So, I was streaming to YouTube and Rumble in high quality at the same time, so I didn't even have to re-upload it. It just is there. And the reason why I took it down from YouTube is because I just didn't feel that stream was the right place for YouTube, because not everyone is going to understand that stream. Plus, also, there are some other reasons that I took down the YouTube copy. I didn't even put it to private. I deleted it, and I have my backup copy on my hard drive, and I have it on Rumble. So it's all there. So anyone that wants to see it can see it there. No problem at all. I'm still hearing fire trucks. So yeah, we're talking about in life, you don't have to respond to everything. When I was younger, I always felt the need to respond to everything. Every email, every text. I felt like I couldn't even shut down my computer. This was back in the days before smartphones, so you had to be on a computer to check email, surf the web, etc., right? And then we had dial-up and slower broadband cable internet or DSL. Now we got fiber. It's fantastic, but it wasn't like that, right? But I always felt the need to respond to everyone, clear my email. And not only that, I always felt the need I had to send long, well thought out responses to everyone, double, triple, quadruple check my grammar and spelling. I always felt the need to be a perfectionist, make no spelling errors, write a long response so someone that emailed me didn't feel like I was trying to send them a quick, canned response, or that I didn't want them to feel like I didn't care. And the bottom line is, as this world has gotten busier, I firmly believe most people now understand that, hey, we're all overwhelmed and consumed in the digital world, including emails and messages and other stuff like that, that we can't always respond right away and in as great detail. This is a nice little parking lot here. I have a feeling that when they tear down, they're probably going to tear down the old senior center and just turn that into an extended parking lot, because they're going to need that parking for this new building over here. And this is really nice. I mean, it's a beautiful parking lot. This little tiny parking lot, but there's going to be another parking lot over there. But yeah, so I always felt the need to respond to everyone and everything. And if I didn't respond to everyone, I felt like I was like hurting people and not being good to people. I felt like I just wasn't a good enough person, right? If it was a friend, I'd feel like I wasn't a good enough friend, right? Let alone if my own family emailed me, right? And even though family sometimes will email you over BS stuff, right? I even felt the need to respond to them all the time. But, as you get older and as this digital world progresses, you start to realize that, every minute counts, every second counts. Time has always been very valuable. Time is something you can never take back, right? And so, what you invest your time in nowadays is more valuable than ever before. Now, I'm guilty of trying to do too much each and every day. And my girlfriend calls me out on it almost every day, and I don't blame her for it. She's right about it, right? But that's just the way the world is, and I feel that we all need to get better at managing our time. And the way we start to do that is by not getting sucked into stupid drama, not getting sucked in to, even if they're talking about us in negative ways, do our best to try to ignore it. Yes, every now and then you got to correct the record and stand up for yourselves. The public's going to think that what these people are saying about you is true. You have to correct the record every now and then. But you don't have to do it all the time. You don't have to dedicate your entire life to do it, right? Right? Thank you so much to the 32 people that are here. Please smash the thumbs up. And please share this out. I really look forward to dinner with my lady tonight. Give me a second here. I'm just passing someone that has a dog and they're looking at the snack shack. I think it's called Simone's Snack Shack. Yeah, I got up really early this morning. I've been up since I think like 4 or 4:30 in the morning. And I was going to go live late night overnight, but I was just too tired, and I was gonna do it first thing in the morning, but I had to wake up and take care of some other things, and I didn't end up starting the show in the morning until about, I think it was around 9 o'clock or 9:30, something like that, Pacific time. So, I'm still going since 4 a.m. I don't recommend you folks living my schedule. I know my body. I know what I can handle, and I've always pushed myself. I don't push myself beyond my limits, but I've learned my limits. And when I have a passion for something and I believe in something and I really want to get my message out there, I'll make the sacrifices to get it done. And sometimes that means getting a little less sleep, or I did sleep for about 6 hours last night. So, that's still okay. I prefer to get 7 or 8 hours of sleep, but for me, when I really want to get something out there and I have something important to say, that if I don't say it is going to affect more people than just me. I just want to get it out there. It was nice to have an in-studio stream this morning. I'm going to try to do more of those, Tia. As you know, I'll tell you this, I'm used to setting up the podcast in the same studio with Dot and I, with 2 microphones, an extra table, and more wiring and stuff. The in-studio streams, or if I were to do a pre-recorded video just by myself, it doesn't take a whole lot of time to set up and tear it down. But when I add a second person, you know, it requires a lot more setup and testing and stuff like that, because you got 2 microphones coming in, you got 2 headsets instead of 1, you got splitters, extra wires, and all that. And then when we do the podcast, when Don and I do the podcast, we bring dogs in there, because if not, they'll just cry outside the door and they'll want to come in. Those dogs are very protective of their mama, which is Dawn. So, you know, the studio in the house acts as an office. So, you know, that's my office when I'm not doing YouTube stuff or videos. And so, you know, I change it up when it comes time for the videos. I have to move things into place and then move things out of the way when I'm using the studio as an office. I guess Joe is really fascinated by why do I need to tear down, why do I need to set up and tear down. I really appreciate the fact that you're so invested in every little thing I do behind the scenes there, Joe. I'm going to come over here because there are cars over there, and typically there's better reception over here. Yeah, I'm only going to be on for like an hour tonight. So when I get to the lot, another 5-10 more minutes. Because man, yeah, it's starting to get colder. It's starting to dip into the 40s, like the low 40s at night. I believe it got down to 41 degrees last night. That's cold. If it starts getting into the 30s and stuff, I'm going to have to double layer up. I mean, I should almost be double layering up right now, but I've been feeling, once I start walking, I don't really feel as cold anymore. I have my gloves on. I have double layered up. I could triple layer up is what I believe. If I didn't say it right the first time. When it gets down to the 30s, I need to triple layer up. Then you'll see more steam come out of my mouth. Give me a second here. All right, we are back live. We are back live. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me and see me. Sorry, I lost the connection. Put a 1 in the chat. It's that bad reception area. That wasn't the San Mateo County Sheriff back there. That was the Redwood City Police trailer. I think they're unloading, food donations and bringing them here to the rec center, the recreation center here at Red Morton Park to help people that are less than fortunate that need food. It's a great thing. It's a wonderful thing. Yeah, Joe, I saw you comment on your regular account today. And ironically, you would rather watch me than watch other people, right? That's just very telling to me, you know. It's just very, very telling, but it's all good. Thank you for your watch time and your views. I appreciate that, Joe. Oh, you know, it's interesting, Joe. None of you debunked me when I called you out, Joe, a few days back. And I moved that stream to Rumble for certain reasons as well. How about where you are, snow? Tia says it's 35. Sorry, Sandra says it's 35 degrees. That's pretty cold. That's probably about around 15 degrees colder than it is here. Like 13 to 15 degrees colder. Hey, Gordo, how you doing? Welcome. Wow, I didn't think it got that cold there. Oh, and in Sandra's neck of the woods, Tia, we are at 2 degrees. Oh shit, 2 degrees? That's well below freezing, so it's probably snowing there right now, huh, Tia? But Tia, you're used to that cold weather where you're at, right? You're used to that, so it's like your 2 degrees is like maybe 35 or 40 degrees to us here, right? You got 10 inches. Yeah, we got 10 inches last week. Wow, that's a lot of snow. Is there snow in Utah? Probably. TS says correct. Yeah, I'm in a really mellow mood tonight, I'll tell you. I'm in a really mellow mood because I really honestly feel, and so does my lady Dawn, I really feel that we've really accomplished a lot over the last 3 months. And, you know, I've always said you want to start planning for the new year 3 to 4 months in advance. In advance. And typically, you know, August or September. September is the time where you want to start. September, at the latest October, you really want to start planning for the new year. It's pretty mild today. It's 7 here. Gordo, in your neck of the woods, it's Celsius, right? 7 degrees Celsius, which is probably like 15 degrees Fahrenheit, right? We use Fahrenheit here in the US. Pretty much everyone else uses Celsius, right? I think I have bats above my sun porch and I am freaking out. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of bats. I don't think we have bats around here. Don, have you ever seen bats around here? I have not. Senator Palacio says, I think next year I'll visit Utah. It looks so pretty. I was there once and saw the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. I remember how clean the city was. And I bet the air is very clean there too, Sandra, because, you know, they're not as populated as we are here, like in California and some of the other bigger states. But that's the glorious thing about living in one of the smaller states that has a high elevation and lots of snow and stuff like that. Like typically the air quality is really good there. Gordo says, yeah, Celsius, not converted it to Fahrenheit. Oh, okay. Yeah, we keep it really clean. The Tabernacle Choir is amazing, Sandra. Yeah, and Angels, the air quality is phenomenal there because you don't have the amount of cars on the road all the time like we do here in California. You know what I mean? I've got people coming right in front of me with basketballs. I'm gonna wait. All right. Tia, how can you get them out? What, the bats? I have to get them removed. They are a protected species. We cannot kill them. I wouldn't anyway. Oh yeah. But aren't bats pretty like dangerous to mess with anyway? Oh my God. I'm gonna show this to my lady because she does not like, and I don't like the Cybertrucks either. But look at this. There's a Cybertruck that's been decorated with Christmas tree lights. That's a Cybertruck. That has got to be absolutely the most ridiculous vehicle ever created. They don't really bother you. Yeah, they carry rabies. Yeah, yeah. And that's not good. That's not good. If you think the Cybertruck is the absolute worst looking and worst car ever created, put a 1 in the chat. If not, put a 2. I think the Cybertruck is worse than, remember the Fiats? My dad used to call them the fix it all the time car. Fiat. Fiat. Fix it all the time because they would break down. I think it is too chirpy, not much scratches. My lady says 1. Angels Asylum says the Cybertruck is awesome. You know, it's so funny that Angels always says the complete opposite of what I say. It's all good. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm coming a different way right now. Gordo says I had a Fiat. Go figure, man. Gordo had a Fiat. Fix it all the time. Yeah, we had a Fiat too in the family. And that thing would break down all the damn time. Let me ask you, Gordo, would your Fiat break down all the time? I'm just joking with you, Eli. I never know with you, Angels. It's okay. You can joke all you want. It's all good. It's all good. Thank you for also being on the morning stream, which is now on Rumble exclusively. You see, here's the thing. You know, like, I'm not monetized on Rumble. I could have left that video up, monetized on YouTube. I don't care to monetize certain videos. I'm not here to monetize the drama. What I want to do is just get my message out and help as many people as possible. Mine dissolved as soon as you looked at it. The Fiat. Yours dissolved as soon as you looked at it. I think the Fiat was one of the worst cars ever created. But I'll say I'm more of a Fiat fan than a Cybertruck fan or a Tesla fan overall. I'm not a big Tesla fan. We are at 51 minutes. I'm going to start to wrap this up right now. I'm going to make this a very short stream, 52 minutes. Get your final questions, comments, and concerns in the chat, babe. Start getting your quote in there right now, and then we're going to wrap it up. Me too, Angel, says Tia. Angel says, I actually think the Cybertruck is so dumb looking. So does Tia, and so does my lady. I drive a Jaguar now, so big difference. Oh, absolutely. There's a tremendous difference between a Jag and a Fiat. Sandra says, I remember when the Hummers were a big thing. They didn't last. Neither will those tanks. Oh, no, yeah, the Cybertruck is not going to last. You're right. Are you on Twitter or X, Eli? Yes, I've been on Twitter X for a long time. A long time, since 2008 or 2009, something like that. I'm actually Coach Elias Melas on Twitter. I haven't used it that much. Haven't even promoted our podcast throughout my entire social network, which is why some of our views are a little bit down. I've been really busy with a lot of things, but yeah, I gotta change the Coach Eli thing on Twitter X to just Eli Melas. I haven't done that yet. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, even though I don't use Instagram. I should, because it gets pretty good traction. I'm on TikTok as well, but I don't use it. I should, because there's a lot of good traction. I just haven't had the time or energy. What I do on YouTube pretty much takes up the remainder of whatever's left of my time every day after I get everything else done. And right now I can't afford to have a social media manager, so I really need that. I'm at the crossroads, I'm busy enough to where I need one, but there's not enough revenue coming in to justify having one. So, I'm at that crossroad right now. And in 2026, we're going to turn that around. We're going to pass that crossroad. Angel said, I walked up to a Cybertruck to look inside, and the security alarm has actually owl eyes that look at you as you're walking around the vehicle. It's so creepy but funny at the same time. Wow. Babe, let me know if you can get your quote in here. She's probably working on getting the quote. I'm going to wait for Dawn. Range Rovers are nice. All Range Rovers are nice cars. I had a friend of mine 30 years ago, or 20 years ago, that had a Range Rover. It was really nice. We hung out together. He drove a few times in the Range Rover, and that was just a nice ride. They're not cheap. It even tells you it's watching you, I bet. I had one before, said Gordo. My lady respectfully, maturely, and professionally says, paying it forward isn't about repaying a debt. It's about becoming a bridge so kindness can keep moving. That was beautiful, babe. One more time. Respectfully, professionally, and maturely, my lady Dawn, with her quote of the day, paying it forward isn't about repaying a debt. It is about becoming a bridge so kindness can keep moving. Amen, babe. Amen to that. Good night, everyone says respectfully, maturely, and professionally, Dawn. Great, Dawn, says Tia. Thank you to everyone for being here. We are at 55 minutes, almost 56 minutes. Hi, everyone. Hey, Lewis, in the stream out there. Thank you so much, Lewis, for stopping by. We're about to go off the air, but lots of love to you, lots of love to everyone. I'm starving. I need to get some food for my lady and really relax and sleep in tomorrow. We're gonna sleep in tomorrow, babe. We don't really have anything going on. Thanks to all who joined us. Good night, Cynthia. Thank you to everyone today that was supportive during the first stream and now for this one. If you missed the first stream this morning, it's no longer available on this channel. I personally deleted it, and it was simulcasting on Rumble at the same time as it was live on YouTube. So I didn't even have to re-upload. I just, simulcast, and then the replay is there. So if you want to check that out, go to the community wall here on GNA2. It's the latest posting here on GNA2, Genuine Live Personal Development. It'll take you right to my Rumble. You can follow me on Rumble if you want. I'm probably going to be doing a lot more stuff on Rumble. I think what I'm going to probably end up doing is, and I'm going to decide this with the team for 2026. I'm not a big drama fan, and I don't care for drama, but sometimes it's inevitable. Sometimes you have to call people out. And even though I don't consider it drama, YouTube considers it drama. I want to make a shift from that type of content away from YouTube. I mean, maybe I'll initially do a live stream on YouTube, but then I'll simulcast it to Rumble, or if it's a walking stream, I'll do it on YouTube, then I'll move it to Rumble. I really want to do away with drama completely from YouTube. And I want to do away with it permanently, but it is inevitable. And so we're gonna figure out a better way to do it. But yeah, I'm just really beginning to realize the power of Rumble and having that as a backup, or even having that as an actual solid platform. Rumble's a solid platform. Now, I believe they're still not profitable, but they're getting closer to it. And yeah, they're starting to enforce their policies more now because they got sued. And so, it's not a bad alternative to YouTube. Night, y'all. Stay safe and warm. Thank you, Sandra. With that being said, have a good one. Take care. And as always, 58 minutes. Be good to each other. See you all tomorrow. Good night, everyone.